Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are here for My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 1. Oh, we're back, guys. I am excited for another season. I actually just recently rewatched the whole thing, getting prepared for this, so that way I can I have a really bad memory. I watch a lot of shows, and sometimes I forget things, and I hadn't watched Season 5 since, last time. But before that, a couple order of business things real quick. If you happen to be new to the channel and you don't know how I do my videos, I do them full length, timer based. So basically there'll be a timer in the corner. I'll do a countdown for you guys to start, and you guys have to have your own footage and watch along with me, and we watch the whole episode together rather than some other people that put the footage in the episode. There will be roughly like 15 to 20 seconds in the corner at the very beginning just to help you guys sync up perfectly with me. But other than that, there won't be anything else. So you guys gotta sync up your own footage. I basically just, if you only have one monitor, or you can do it with two monitors, however you want to do it, I'll like shrink the windows down to fit them both in one monitor, and then leave mine running as I do the countdown. When I hit now, you guys go and start the episode as well, and that'll get you pretty much synced up, and you can watch along all the way through with me. So with that out of the way, I like to tell you guys right away, so that way if you don't like that system, you can leave, and no hard feelings or anything. It's just how I do things because I want to avoid copyrights and all of that. There's a lot of issues. If you go to, I'm sure you notice, if you go to a lot of reactions where they cut it up to put the whole, or to put as much of the episode as they can in, you'll see that a lot of older reactions, there's missing episodes and stuff like that, and that always frustrates me. I just like this system better, even though it's a little bit more annoying, but you also get to watch the whole episode with me, and you don't have to be like, hey, they cut out my favorite part kind of thing. So either way, with that out of the way, I am watching subbed, which I don't even know if the dub is out yet. I'm going to try to get this out for Sunday. It came out on Saturday, so it's Saturday right now, and actually, technically it's Sunday because it's past midnight by the time I got around to recording this. And hopefully nothing goes wrong. I just had a power outage for like half a second. My power went out as I was setting up to record this. So I'm praying to God that it doesn't go out again in the middle of the recording, because that would just be a hassle to have to try to edit. Actually, if my power goes out, the whole file might be corrupted. Sometimes that happens when you're in the middle of recording, and I may have to like just go through it again, even though I've already seen parts of it, and let you guys know ahead of time. Either way, enough rambling about that, sorry. As for My Hero, I'm excited. Last season, I heard there was a lot of negative feedback, at least about the first half. I didn't hear much feedback about the second half, but I actually really like the whole thing. Rewatching it again, I think I let the negative feedback from people impact my long-term view of it, because I thought I remembered enjoying it as I went through it. Like, obviously, having half the season be that, like, the kids versing each other, that was like a little bit extended. I see why people are angry, but watching it again, I actually really like seeing all the kids. I've always really liked seeing how they improve their powers and how they use them in different ways, and that was like a big showcase of how these kids get stronger. And then when you get to the end of the season, you start to realize that like seeing these kids get stronger is actually pretty important, because the shit that's coming is big, right? And they're gonna be in the middle of that, and they're probably not gonna have time to sit there and reveal all these like new moves that these kids have, kind of thing. So I liked it. And then the second half was amazing with the My Villain Academia and everything, and the establishment of the Paranormal Liberation Front, the mystery of the scientist that worked with All for One, and how he seems to be the same scientist that told Deku when he was a kid that he doesn't have a quirk. So is it true that Deku never had a quirk? Was it stolen from him? Was he really like given a quirk at a young age that was like useless or something? Like, what? Or was he lied to and he really had a quirk and he only thought he didn't, kind of thing? There's a lot of different possibilities, and it's super interesting. And he seems to be augmenting Shigaraki's body to seemingly be able to hold some, if not all, of All for One's power, like kind of like how they did in the second movie with Nine being able to hold up to 9 powers, maybe Shigaraki will be able to hold X number of powers kind of thing. So I'm intrigued, I'm curious, and it seems like the kids are gearing up for some training in this town, but there was the ominous line at the very end of season 5 about like war is coming kind of thing. So we sometimes have a recap episode, but I did see one comment. That's all I saw. I tried not to look at too much, saying that this isn't a filler episode, so this might not be a recap. We might be jumping right in, which is interesting, but have to see for myself. So let's get started here. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yes. Quirks. Showing Endeavor now instead of All Might. Yep, they did that last season. Pretty sure all of last season they did that whenever they showed that, right? I'm so glad they even showed Gentle. I love Gentle. I love that whole concert they did. I think that was another underrated arc, but I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. New opening? No, not yet. Maybe we won't get one in the first episode. Gigantomachia is so big. It's also interesting that he took a little bit of each organization to be his, like, generals. I can't remember how he worded it. Lieutenants, there we go. It's not just only the League of Villains. Goddamn. Yeah, the hospital. Yeah, the power development of the villains was crazy. So he doesn't even care about All Might anymore. He wants to take what All Might created and turn it to dust. Oh! Jam! This is different. Ugh. Oh man, that's the room where they talk to god damn it, Kurogiri. The art is really cool. Bunny Girl! I've been wanting to, like, ever since she showed up, I want to know more about her, like, abilities. It seems like she's just, like, enhanced strength. I can already picture President Mike being like, Quirk, bunny, can do whatever a bunny can. But I still want to see this jacked lady kick things. Cool. The art was awesome. The song didn't catch me the first time, but I bet in a few more times I'll actually really like it. And Toga's so cute. Okay. Sanctum? I don't know if I need to know that, but I wrote it down. Hmm. Nice. He has like tracking stuff in his wings or something. I think didn't they talk about that like a while ago? Hmm. Oh, twice. So crazy. Poor Twice gonna be so devastated. Ooh. Yeah, his power is no joke. Interesting. Well, technically Hawks is working to help his buddies, as in all the heroes, right? Oh, that's an ominous title. A Quiet Beginning. Is that a dog? Oh. He has no quirk. Interesting. With all of his technology, too, I mean, I guess he probably doesn't even need one. What if he took, like, an intelligence one? Sorry. Would Midoriya recognize him? So the police know. Ah. So they know the name. Oh, I guess they get intel from Hawks, right? They haven't, like, announced themselves, though, to, like, the public, I don't think. Maybe they have. Okay. Damn. Okay. That makes sense because they're kids. I was surprised they were getting so many kids involved in such dangerous shit, but they're kind of keeping them back a little bit, even though I'm sure they'll get in. Ugh. Already? Right now? Alright. Ah, oh, Miss Joko's there too. Jam their communications. Wait, I don't know if he can do that, actually. Rear guard. Hmm. Okay, so that's why. Just have Kaminari take out a bunch of them all at once. uh, Hawks. Nice. Uh-oh. Slide and go, goddammit. Oh, they're gonna recognize... Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Nice. Well, he didn't have time to report anything. God damn it. Oh, Bakugo. Oh, shit. I like how quick they moved. So good. Is she just flying, or did she jump down the cliff? Oh, they got peeps inside. What was her name? Shit, I missed it. Was it Mirko? Oh, what happens if he gets interrupted? He's still not done yet. That face. Does he have instant access? Oh, this is cool. Deku. Endeavor. Oh, that's a cool transition. I like those. Or like cut to commercial or whatever it's supposed to be. I have a feeling that's one of those anime like, ah! But then he's like, and just summons Nomus. He has a bunch of them down there, right? They're all high ends. Nice, Eraser. Oh, well, he has no quirk anyway, right? Oh, that's why they told us he has no quirk. Oh, holy shit. Damn. Oh, he's pissed about his friend, right? Yum. Oh god, his glass is cracked. Yes, tie his ass home. Yep, yep. Although some of them seem to have their own agency, right? But maybe not. Maybe they all are completely under control. That's why they specified him not having a quirk, though, because of course he gave himself a quirk. He's old. It's... Yep, there it is. Yep. Oh my god, there's that Nomu with the... That was from the attack at the summer camp. Oh, no, that's different. Never mind. Oh, twice clone. Fuck. Well, shit. I knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. But I just didn't even guess a twice clone. What is that chair? I want it. Jeez. He is a bit worried. Oh. Oh, this animation. Oh my god. Damn. Holy shit. Bunny Chick, my favorite already. Oh, she is here already. Oh. And he dead. Poor little Johnny. What a freaking badass! Oh, no! I want more! I'm in. I am back in, guys. My Hero Academia. Fuck yes. Oh, that's cool. Dude, Bunny Chick is awesome. Oh, my eyes started watering because I was so hyped. Like, we've definitely seen, like, blood and injuries in the show, for sure. But, like, she was just kicking them to pieces. The second half of last season was pretty dark, too. Like, seeing just the Shigaraki's family just turn to puddles of chunks. I feel like they're kicking up the blood and goriness of the show, which I am fine with. Let's go. Alright. No preview. Nope. That is it, guys, for Season 6, Episode 1. Yeah, damn. Alright. Whew. That was great. I loved it. We didn't have any recap either. Okay, we did have recap. We had, in the very beginning, they kind of readdressed the situation that everything's in with the Paranormal Liberation Front, Shigaraki leading it, his lieutenants, like, all the different stuff about Japan being attacked in X amount of time. They plan on attacking all at once from a bunch of different headquarters that are scattered everywhere, and all that. So we did get some recap in that regard, but it wasn't like a lot of the times My Hero will do the episode 1 is like a full look back, and they do it in clever ways where, like, sometimes it's a look back, sometimes it's a reintroduction to the characters and their quirks and everything. But damn, like, we had a little bit of that in this. Like, but nothing too crazy, and it didn't take up the whole episode. We just got right back in the story, which is great. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I figured that I was thinking about this a little while ago of like Shigaraki's goal was in the very beginning when you watch like the first few seasons, it was to kill All Might, right? Um, he wanted to like destroy him. I mean, really, he wanted. I think back then he wanted to destroy what All Might created, but to do that, he wanted to do it by destroying All Might, right? But now that All Might is retired, it seems like, because I was curious, you know how we had like the prophecy and everything from Night Eye and all that about the inevitable like gruesome death of All Might. I was thinking like, is that because Shigaraki is still targeting All Might? But it doesn't really seem like Shigaraki is. Like, maybe if he has the opportunity to kill him, he would, right? But at least right now it's about tearing down what All Might created, and so it's basically their goal, at least from what I got from the Hawks' rant about all of it, is they, like I said, they're going to attack all at once. They want to make it so all of Japan just stops functioning, right? And then that's when their politicians will come in and start to distribute weapons. They talk about distributing weapons and all of this stuff in order to make sure that the heroes can't come back from it, kind of thing, and get their political leaders in place to maintain the chaos but organize it, kind of, if that makes sense, right? Because like the whole goal of Shigaraki is to make it so people can do what they want, but I mean, in a lawless, like, I don't know if he's looked far enough ahead. Like, does he? I wonder if he ends up regressing into the society we have now, kind of, right? Like, do the villains just become the heroes, where they stop any kind of thing that they don't agree with, right? But then you're doing the same thing that the heroes did to you. So it's really interesting what Shigaraki's long-term goal is. But it's also possible that Shigaraki just doesn't give a shit what people do. Like, you want to try to kill me? The strong survive, right? I'll just kill you, kind of thing. Like, he might not give a shit what people do. So that's like one of the most terrifying things about Shigaraki is like the fact that he doesn't have any kind of moral compass guiding him, right? Like, he likes his friends and everything, but I also think that if they were to die, he wouldn't even really bat an eye, right? Like, other than the fact that he's losing pawns in his army, kind of thing. But yeah, they mentioned someone named Sanctum who Twice was mimicking, kind of. It's one of like the eldest members. So I'm not sure who that is, if we've seen them before, and I just don't remember. But I don't recall seeing them, so it'll be, I wonder if that's gonna come back or if it was just like a passing mention kind of thing. We also set up the idea of Hawks talking about how Twice is kind-hearted, and he always has been that. You know, he cares for his friends a lot and everything, and like, we've seen his backstory, and it's definitely very sad and tragic what happened to him and everything, like how much bad luck he experienced as he grew up that led him to this path that he's on, and then the incident with like making a bunch of themselves that cooed and all that. And we had that moment when he talked about how heroes only save people who have like good intentions, kind of thing. They don't save the people who have these like mental disorders and stuff like that, kind of thing. I don't know if he explicitly meant that, but that was kind of like one of the things I took away from it. Like, maybe he tried to seek help at one point and just got turned away and almost arrested or something because he's just a bad guy, right? And so it's like, I wonder if they're aiming towards some like a Twice being better, right? Like, is it possible that Twice ever gets redeemed? Is basically what I'm getting at. I'm not sure, but I think that'd be really cool. But he's also as Hawk said, he was terrified when he found out that Twice got over his trauma, because he can just create an army, and that's terrifying. They can rapidly increase their numbers, and he can make like several copies of just other people, and they can use their quirks and stuff like that. Like, hell, look at this. Like, the Doctor just had a double running around just doing other tasks for him that he was too busy down in the basement level to do. But so he must be pretty old too. I wonder how old he is. Like, when Eraserhead erased his quirk, and they seem to call it the super regeneration. So is the super regeneration what gives them the ability to live forever, kind of thing? Because I guess it regenerates the cells as they die, and I guess, like, that's the idea of death, right? Is slowly your cells just stop regenerating, kind of thing. I think, anyway. So I guess, at least that's what I got from them talking about, like, the super regeneration and stuff like that. But then as soon as it was disabled, like, did he revert to, like, a 90 or 100-year-old man or something like that, so he was still alive? If he was, like, 500 years old or something, would he just instantly die because that quirk was disabled? It's really interesting that he shriveled up the way that he did, but yet was still living, right? Until the Nomu did significant damage to kill the Twice clone. Also, I didn't realize that Eraserhead's quirk wouldn't erase the double, right? I guess because he'd have to be looking at Twice, I would imagine, for it to erase all the doubles he's made. So, that's pretty crazy as well. But it was still able to get rid of the quirk that was within the double. It's, like, really complex and nutty. But yeah, was, like, I don't know if everyone was briefed on this situation, but I wonder, like, at least, like, given images of, like, who they're after, right? For, like, the kids in that regard. Because I talked about it earlier, like, would Midoriya remember the face of the man that told him he wouldn't have a quirk? Now, that would be a very impactful moment. It's something that maybe you could remember even at his age. Because, like, I would be honest, at my age, I don't remember jack shit from when I was 5. Like, I couldn't tell you one moment from when I was 5, and my memory is pretty bad, too, and I can't distinguish between different ages, too. Like, maybe there is something I remember at 5, but I don't remember myself being 5, kind of thing, right? So, like, but this is anime. Anime characters sometimes have, like, an extremely good memory. I wonder if Midoriya does see the guy, if he'd know, and if he'd, like, start suspecting things and wondering stuff. But yeah, damn. I do like the idea that they're keeping the kids as logistics to help with evacuation and in coordination and stuff like that, because, like, I obviously know that they need more manpower to do what they're doing, but they're also bringing kids into such a dangerous situation. You'd think, like, could you not pool more heroes together? But it's also possible that the rest of the heroes are liberation people, right? Because, like, that's the thing, is a lot of the heroes are secretly part, kind of like Slide and Go, secretly part of that organization. So they probably could only take the people they know aren't. And then as for, I'm sure there's a lot of other heroes that aren't, that they didn't take, but maybe they're just, like, not sure where they stand, kind of thing. So, but yeah, so I do like the point they made of like, we're gonna keep the kids back. They're gonna be, like, the support kind of thing. Granted, I imagine if things get too bad, they're gonna get pulled into it, right? Especially because it's a TV show and we need our kids to do some shit. So, but yeah, Shigaraki still needs a month to complete. So what happens if the heroes interrupt this right now, right? Like, what is going to happen to Shigaraki? Is it going to be one of, because I can't imagine this is how Shigaraki gets, like, defeated, right? They, like, break that tank and he just dies. Like, there's no way. my guess is it's going to be something where he finished earlier than the doctor expected and is full strength, or maybe there is some kind of hiccup and maybe he's not full strength but he does have enhanced strength kind of thing. Like maybe if it went on for another month he would have been able to steal like 30 quirks or something, but like assuming that's even what they're doing to him is like they could just be giving him the super regeneration so that way he can go all out with his quirk and not have to worry about hurting himself kind of thing. But if not, if they are giving him some of All for One's power, then maybe if they stop it early, he just can't steal as many quirks as he could have if it was fully complete kind of thing. But yeah, I can't imagine Shigaraki, after all his development through 6 seasons of the show, gets taken down in this moment here, right? Like, but who knows? I'm excited to see. If anything, it's going to be like a massive fight, and he's going to be like conscious, and it's not just going to be that they like haul him off to a cell, or maybe they do and he gets out later, kind of thing. But it's definitely not over for him. But yeah, that bunny girl stuff at the very end there. I guess I should start using her name because I have it now. It's Mirko. I wonder what that, like, is that just a translation to English that didn't quite get, like, understood properly? Like, I wonder what Mirko means. Like, does it have anything to do with her power or anything? Like, I don't even know what that word means, Mirko. Is it like a word I don't know in English or something? I'm probably just gonna get a bunch of My Hero stuff if I search it. Yeah, I don't want to read Wikipedia stuff. Yeah, there's just like My Hero stuff and a few other things. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to read more into it or anything because I don't want spoilers from like the manga or anything. I'm sure she's in the opening. She was featured quite a bit in the last season, but not like fully on the forefront, and now she seems to be decently on the forefront, right? So I'm sure we'll learn more about her character and stuff like that as we go. But man, she was powerful, right? I mean, she's in the top 10, I believe, isn't she? Yeah, she was in the top 10. She was on the stage during that event. So that was awesome to see. I'm so in already. It's crazy because like when I started rewatching My Hero, I started feeling, even though My Hero was like one of my favorite shows, it's actually around I really like season 1, and then season 2 was really good. And I think around season 1 or season 2 is when I liked the show so much that I watched like my first reaction, because I liked the show so much I wanted to like start getting into reactions, or I wanted to like see a reaction of someone watching it. And that's when I started watching reactions, and then I just got obsessed with reactions. I looked at so many different channels and watched a bunch of different people's reactions for quite a while, and then decided to start doing them on my own kind of thing. And I still watch them, and I'm excited to go and see a reaction of this episode from some people, but I need to wait for them to release it too. But yeah, either way, before I did my rewatch, I started feeling a little bit like it's been a while since I watched My Hero. Like I feel like that like hype isn't as there as it used to be. Like when I was freaking like crying when I watched Midoriya versus Muscular and All Might versus All for One and stuff like that. But now it just like has that died down. But then I rewatched and I saw all those moments again, and then even some moments last season too. I was just so into it, and that got me like pretty excited for season 6. And I was like, okay, but usually the seasons start off slow, so I gotta prepare for that. But no, here we are. Like, oh man, it was so great. But I'm very much excited to see like how this all turns out, right? Like how much of the villain group gets interrupted. Like, do we stop their entire plan here to attack Japan all at once, or is that still going to be going on? They just have less people or something. Like I'm I'm super curious as to how it all goes down. But yeah, until next time, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more content from me. Typically, I do early access, but since I'm watching this as it airs, there's no early access for this one, of course. But you can check out early access for some of my other shows or my Patreon exclusive tier, where you can see shows that aren't even released yet, like season 2 of Mob Psycho. I watched season 1 before I started doing reactions, so there's no season 1 on my channel, but season 2 is on my Patreon right now, and right when season 3 starts, I'll be doing that on my Patreon as well as as an exclusive. Like Tribe 9 is on there. If you're interested in live actions, Lucifer is on there. And I will be starting, I just finished Lucifer, so I'll be starting Better Call Saul as well. That'll be coming up on there pretty soon too. So if you're interested in some extra content, you want to support the channel and what I do here, very much appreciate it. Link is in the description below, and it should be popping up on the screen. And I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.